Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Red with only one Zubat was a luck-riddled mess, so let's go back to another highly requested one. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Eevee? Eevee got a bit of an upgrade in Gen 2. The stats are still on par with a first form starter, but because of the introduction of Dark-type, Eevee's Bite now gives us a little bit of type coverage. It's only good against Psychic and Ghost, but hey, at least it means the Ghost Gym is possible. For TM moves, we have some more move types on the list, but in terms of actual type coverage on attacking moves, we just have Ghost, Steel, and Ground. Ghost is good against the same types as Dark, the Ground move is super weak, and the Steel move misses a lot and we don't get it till after the Steel Gym. So I'm not sure we'll bother with those. I guess we'll see. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm gonna say that I can, but that Jasmine's Steel Gym is going to be a ridiculous brick wall. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Eevee. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Chikorita with Eevee so that we can do the whole run with it. I decided to name my Eevee, Eevee again. It's Eevee backwards, I don't know if you can tell. Don't you love how disgruntled Eevee looks about its name? So we open as usual by fighting the local trainers for some early levels. Nothing here is very dangerous since we're normal type, so we don't have very common weaknesses, and we're about as strong as a first form starter, and that's what this part of the game is balanced for. By the time I get to town, I'm not ready for the gym yet, so I go to Bellsprout Tower. Vine Whip doesn't do much to us, so it's an easy place to level up. By the time we're out of trainers though, we're at level 13, so I go after Falkner. As usual, he's a total pushover. You know what's the best part of Gen 2 challenges? Not having to grind for a rock-type gym leader at the start like most games. I guess I do have to do Kanto though, so it kinda makes up for that. Next challenge is this hiker though, and he's often a stumbling point, so I learned Mud Slap with the TM that we got from Falkner, and we had a pretty easy time with him. Mud Slap is really weak, but it's super effective and we're a higher level, so we breeze past him. Small level differences are a big deal in an early game. Slowpoke Well is annoying because of all the poison types, but I'm trying to get every single level that I can so that I don't get brick-walled by Bugsy's Scyther. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if I had to get to level 30 just to win that fight, since my accuracy-reducing moves won't work on him. He's part flying and our moves are ground. Bug gym time, and yeah, it went exactly how we expected. Metapod was easy, I got poisoned on Kakuna, and I hardly hurt Scyther before he took me out. I'm gonna need some levels. I decided to take a shot at the rival just to see how well we matched up. It ends up going way better than I expected. Ghastly went down fast to Mud Slap, Zubat just missed Supersonic a bunch, and Quilava got his accuracy worn down by Mud Slaps until I won. I really didn't expect that I would win this fight yet. I spent a bit of time in the forest grinding on bug Pokemon. This takes ages since they're all really low level, but at least I one-shot most of them, especially after I replaced Tackle with Quick Attack. Slightly stronger. A while later and we're level 24. Metapod and Kakuna go great, but Scyther was weird. I think I found a new AI quirk that I haven't personally noticed before. Scyther never tried for Fury Cutter, just Quick Attack, the same move that I was using. I don't know if Scyther used Quick Attack just to attack first because he knew that I would, or if he was avoiding Fury Cutter because the AI only sees the 20 base power and thinks that it's too weak. But I'd have lost if he just stuck to Fury Cutter, so I'm not quite sure why the AI made that decision. Now that we can pass the forest, there's tons of trainers that we can level up on, and chances are we're gonna need it. The next gym is Whitney's normal-type gym, and we all remember how bad her Miltank can be. I'm thinking I'll get a few levels, Mud Slap her a few times so her rollout can't build power, and then hope that Quick Attack is strong enough to get me a win. At level 29, I try and get the worst luck in the universe. Clefairy used Metronome and landed on Glare, so we're paralyzed. She goes down, but Miltank is next. I start ruining her accuracy with Mud Slap, but early on she hits Attract, and nearly every single turn we do nothing because of both Attract and Paralysis. That loss was just horrible luck. I took 10 more tries, but eventually we got a run where Miltank doesn't completely mop the floor with us, either from flinch luck with Stomp, never missing rollout in spite of tons of Mud Slaps, or just critically stomping me. She was pretty tough this run. Shortly after, and I level up to level 30, learning Bite. This is perfect, because we're just about to go into the Ghost Gym, and there's no way that we can handle it without Bite. At level 32, we try Morty's Ghost Gym, and we don't take any damage. Really, all his team can do to a normal type is try to put me to sleep and use Dream Eater, but because Hypnosis has terrible accuracy and Gen 2 already has a built-in miss chance for every status-affecting move, it really wasn't as lucky as it looked. Morty just can't handle normal types that have a super effective move. After that, I take down the Kimono Girls to get the Surf HM. It's pretty satisfying seeing my Eevee take down all these evolutions so easily, but that's just because of the level gap. Trainers raise in level pretty slowly in Gen 2. I also get the Lighthouse out of the way since I know that the next two gyms are going to be pretty brutal. A Steel Gym and a Fighting Gym. I'm definitely getting the feeling that I'll be doing the Ice Gym before the Steel one. Before I even try either gym, I take care of the Rocket Hideout. I need any level that I can get, and the Rocket Hideout is just an easy place to sweep through everything for experience. After that, I just wait in the department store. It's a Saturday when I'm playing this right now, and on Sunday I can get the TM for Return, a 102 base power move that's normal type, when my friendship is full, which it probably is. There is no way we can beat any of the other 3 gyms right now without either being an insanely high level or learning Return, so I'm just gonna wait and learn Return. The next day I boot up the game, leave the floor, come back, and get the TM for Return. I just hope that this will be enough for the Fighting Gym. The trainers in the Fighting Gym themselves are all one-shots, and I'm very thankful for that, considering just how much damage they'd probably do to me if they didn't go down in one shot. Time for Chuck himself. Primeape is out first, but I one-shot it with Return, and his Poliwrath hangs on with half of his health, misses Hypnosis, then goes down in a second Return. I swear, Return is a run saver. After that, I move on to the Steel Gym, and this one took a ton of tries. First is 2 Magnemites, so I have to use Return and Mud Slap to take them out. It yet again took 10 tries just to not get paralyzed by them, since that would doom us. Last is Steelix, but it's so incredibly tanky that even after using 6 Mud Slaps and Focus Energy, I'm dealing so little damage that he has enough turns to finish us off. It only takes a few Iron Tails to do it, but it's such a low accuracy move that I thought that maybe I could get this strategy to work. No dice. Failing that, I tried the Ice Gym instead. Seal and Dugong are first and second, but we totally one-shot them, and Pillow-Swine hangs on, hits a weak Blizzard, then goes down. It's crazy how underleveled most Johto gym leaders are. This was supposed to be the 7th gym. Still though, we just can't handle Jasmine's Steel-type gym yet, and that's required to get any farther, so I have to grind. It's pretty abysmally slow. I grind for a bit on the route south of Lake of Rage. There's a few trainers I haven't fought yet, but the Pokemon wild to this area are really weak. For comparison, these Pokemon are on the route next to the 7th gym, and they're level 15. That's about the same level as Pokemon between the 2nd and 3rd gym in Gen 1. Somehow after that whole grind, we followed up by having such a stupidly lucky attempt at Jasmine that I easily could have beaten it before the grind. I know that Iron Tail is a low accuracy move and I'm lowering it even more with Mud Slaps, but Steelix doesn't even hit me once this time. Considering just how many times I failed this before, the luck on this is crazy. I should have at least been hit a few times. After this is the Team Rocket takeover of Radio Tower, but since we're fine against both the Dark and Poison types, we nearly one-shot everything we fight here. We do have a rival fight in the basement, although it's a totally one-sided beatdown where the whole fight, the only damage I took was just a little bit from Haunter's Curse. When you need to be strong enough to brute force Jasmine's Steelix, you're probably too strong for this fight. Ice Path is usually not worth talking about, it's just some simple sliding on ice and block pushing puzzles, but I just want to take the opportunity to say that I beat it in just over 3 minutes this time, the fastest I've ever done in my life. Speedrunners probably do it way faster, but I'm proud of myself. Considering I've got aphantasia and I can't picture things in my head, this is pretty good for me. I thought the Dragon Gym would still be a challenge, but believe it or not, I never took a hit. Our over-leveledness is about to wear off though, since the Elite Four is coming up and they're around my level. We need to get to the Indigo Plateau next, but it's now Tuesday morning since it just passed midnight, so I have to go ahead and pick up the Pink Bow. It's a held item that powers up normal moves by 10% in Generation 2. Held items are allowed in the rules, so we'll need this for Lance. With it, we end up sweeping through our rival's team easily. We get a few hits in thanks to Paralysis, but overall, he's just too weak. That lands us at level 60. Let's take a look at our stats. They're low, but we do hit reasonably strong. I think that we can at least get to Lance, but I'm not sure we're ready to beat him. Make your final guesses on if we can beat it or not. Let's do this. First is Psychic Trainer Will. He was a complete beatdown with Return, no real problem there. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. Yet again, it's mostly just return spam. Fortress actually took me out on a couple of attempts thanks to Explosion being terrifying, but after I got a run where he didn't use that, it was easy. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno, and this one is close. Hitmontop and Hitmonlee were both one-shots, but Hitmonchan actually got in a solid punch thanks to Mach Punch having priority. We're still pretty healthy when Machamp comes out, but he hangs on from a return and nails a massive cross-chop, making us land on only 7 health. He uses a max potion, but because that gives us 2 attacks in a row, we finish it off, but we're almost down. Last is Onyx, but we luck out and Iron Tail doesn't miss, so we get a narrow victory. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to use some potions after the fight since items are allowed outside of a battle, and we almost fainted. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. Umbreon is first, and it instantly survives a hit, and Sand attacks us before it goes down, so this battle might be rough. Vileplume is a one-shot, and Gengar takes quite a bit of damage from Bite. He just uses Spite though, so he goes down fast. He should have used Curse. Murkrow isn't anything too special in Gen 2, so it went down in one return. And we missed return on Houndoom and took decent damage off Flamethrower. My second return ended up being a one-shot thanks to a critical hit. Finally, Pokemon Champion Lance. Gyarados instantly goes down from a critical return, so we get crazy lucky with that opener. His first Dragonite is next, and we lucked out once again, with his Thunder Wave missing, so we take him out in 2 hits. Another Dragonite is next, but it hits its Thunder Wave, so this might be bad. He missed his following Hyper Beam, so at least we're still healthy as we take him down. Aerodactyl is a different story though, laying in multiple rough shots on us as we couldn't fight back. We ended up losing 120 health before we took him down, so things aren't looking up. Charizard is next, but he's faster than us, and Flamethrower brings us down to only 10 health. But somehow, our return is strong enough for a one-shot. Last is his final Dragonite, but we have 10 health and are paralyzed, so we go down fast. We can do this, but we need his Thunder Wave to miss a second time. After me trying many more times, we get this run where the Dragonites miss their Thunder Wave twice. As a result, the Aerodactyl still messes us up a bit with Hyper Beam, but we only lose a quarter of our health to him rather than 2/3. Charizard survived with a sliver, so we still got hit by Flamethrower, but we're going into the last Dragonite with 77 health and no paralysis. I hit a return, he hits me with Hyper Beam, we hang on with only 6 health left, and then we finish him off with another return. Few things are more satisfying than a narrow victory on the Pokemon Champion. With that done, we're almost in the Hall of Fame, and we've won the challenge, but the video isn't over yet. We still need to try and beat Blue and Red from Kanto. This requires getting all of the first badges, but if you can take out the Elite Four, then most of the Kanto gyms are total cakewalk, so let's skip ahead to the Blue fight. First is Pidgeot, and we have a weird exchange. I hit return for massive damage, and it mirror moves me to hit return, and he did almost nothing. I guess Blue doesn't treat his Pokemon very well? That, or more realistically, they probably just didn't give friendship to trainer Pokemon in this game. Anyway, it goes down fast, and Alakazam actually survives return thanks to Reflect, then started using Recover because he really wants to waste my time. I ended up constantly using Bite just for him to recover for almost as much health, so it takes a ton of rounds before he actually goes down, but I was never actually in danger. Rhydon is next, and he sets up a Sandstorm as we miss Iron Tail, so we're already taking damage every turn. The second Iron Tail hits for solid damage, and he only used Fury Attack, so we're just above half health as we take him out. Gyarados is out, and Sandstorm is really bringing our health down. Gyarados survives return and hits a super weak Twister, but then he started spamming full restores and dragging the battle out as Sandstorm is weakening me more and more. We take him out, but by the time the Sandstorm ends, we only have 49 health left. Executor took a return, but he just charged for Solar Beam, so we finished him before he attacked. Last is Arcanine, and we're actually faster than him and hit really hard, but his Flamethrower was just too much, and we had a very narrow loss. Considering we were so close to winning and never had anything seriously unlucky happen, I think just a few more levels and a slight strategy change is in order. I get up to level 75 by fighting trainers from all around the map. There's still plenty in Kanto, so this isn't too bad to do. I also give Eevee leftovers rather than the pink bow, so although return's weaker now, I'll heal a little bit every turn, and that really should add up over the course of a long fight. I consider getting the TM for Double Team to play more of a long game, but I don't think I'll need that quite yet. It'll probably be required for Red though, considering he's one of the highest level trainers in the whole series. Blue time again. Pidgeot still mirror moves return, but now that we have leftovers, we end up fully healing as his Alakazam comes out. We outspeed Alakazam, so he never got to use Reflect, and Rhydon still just sets up Sandstorm, but we didn't miss any Iron Tails, so he didn't get to directly attack us. Gyarados is out, and he does the dumbest thing he could. He replaced the Sandstorm with Rain, even though the sand was much worse for me than it was for him, so all he did was help us before we took him out. I don't know why he did that. Executor tried to Leech Seed us this time, but he missed, so last is Arcanine, and although he still hits Flamethrower, we came into this fight with full health, so he just didn't stand a chance. It's crazy how much a slight amount of luck and a slight change in strategy can change the entire flow of battle. With all that done, all that's left is Red, so I'm gonna have to grind. Here's Red's team. So we're fighting 6-on-1, our base stats are far lower than that of 5 of his Pokemon, and they're such high levels that I can't actually get higher stats than most of them because I cap out at level 100, and they're almost level 100. That means that for as useful as every level is gonna be, I am never gonna win this way. I'd need to crit every move. So I get the TM for Double Team from the Celadon City game corner. I'm lucky that I fought so many trainers and hardly bought anything the whole game because the money to coin conversion ratio is terrible. Before our grind though, let's see how well we match up against Red, just going right in on it. Pikachu right away is spamming Thunder, and mostly missing as I spam Double Team. He hits sometimes, and when he hits really hard, but he's mostly missing, and we're healing with leftovers. I already had to try this fight about 10 times to this point though, because if he hits Charm, I would have to give up because Return would be too weak for Snorlax later in the fight. By the time Espeon is out, we're healthy again. He hits Swift a couple times, and it hardly does anything, so we just use Return a couple times for a knockout. Snorlax is third, and I start with a little Mud Slap action to reduce his accuracy as he uses Amnesia and misses Body Slams. Not sure if the accuracy change will work or not since I've already used 6 Double Teams, and I know there's a limit on that, but it's worth a try. I mean, it was worth a try until he somehow nailed a critical Body Slam for a wicked one-shot. As unlucky as it was for him to hit me with a crit like that, being the same level as much stronger Pokemon like Snorlax is just asking to get taken out. I decide to grind up to level 80 before trying again. For Pikachu, it still takes a ton of tries before I either don't get hit by Charm or get paralyzed by Thunder. Seriously, he's the most annoying first Pokemon to fight in such a hard battle. I ended up getting hit by Thunder quite a few times in this attempt, so by the time Espeon was out, I was still below half health. Espeon was playing a little bit riskier this time, trying for Psychic as well as Swift, but Psychic missed, so I didn't take much damage. Snorlax is next, and he's a monster. Return does a lot of damage, but he can just heal with Rest and then fight in his sleep. I still try some Mud Slaps just in case, and he ended up using Rest, so I decided to just try and see if I could take him out before he wakes up to heal again. It takes 3 returns, but I ended up taking him down, and our health is getting good thanks to the leftovers. Venusaur is next, but he was just taking in Sunlight for Solar Beam, and I was faster than him, so he went down in 2 shots safely, and Charizard was next. He's actually faster than us, and Flamethrower dropped us by 101 health, as a Return also brought him to about half. He Flamethrowed us again all the way into red health, so it's a good thing that I got super healthy against Snorlax, or I would have fainted. Our next Return took him out. Last is Blastoise, and we're really hurt. Return does decent damage as he misses Surf. That's a 100 accuracy move, so even with Double Team, it has a decent chance to hit us and take us out. You know, like Earthquake and all the Emerald runs that you've seen. He ended up missing it 2 times though, giving us the 3 returns that we needed to finally beat the secret final boss, Red. That was a weird challenge. I knew that some of these parts would be pretty easy since Gen 2 has a lot of low-level areas, but man were there ever some rough points. I have a really special run that I want to have done for next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge. I've actually been working on it off and on for about a month now, but I'm totally not sure if I'll get it done on time. So next week, it's either going to be something really cool, or it's just going to be something fast and fun to buy time for me to get the really cool one done. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments on Twitter, though. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. And yes, the cool one is Gen 5. That's why it's taking me like a month to do. The leveling system in Gen 5 is really, really bad for if you're doing challenge videos. Great casually, but in challenge videos, oh my god. Anyway, if you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you'd like to watch all of the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend Whatageek and I are doing a Gen 1 randomizer over on his channel. That's almost done. You can also see myself, Whatageek, and Gooseit playing some Pokemon Stadium here on my channel. Also, come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.